I live in a 14 meter squares apartment in Paris. And in one of my last videos, I shared with you an apartment tour of my studio and you loved it. So today I want to talk a little bit more about how I decorated my tiny studio in Paris because I'm sure many people are in the same situation. Bonjour, it's Théo, and if you don't know me, it's been more than 2 years that I'm making videos on social media to share with you my life in Paris, help you exploring the city, and talk about the French way of life. If you didn't already see my apartment tour, don't hesitate to check it. It's available on my YouTube channel. And before starting this video, my eyelid is inflated, so if I look a bit weird, don't worry. It's okay. I moved in this apartment almost 3 years ago, and I've even made a video in French. It was on my old YouTube channel. As you can see, this is my living room, which is also a bedroom and even an office with a desk. This is the principal place, and just this part is about 8 meters square. This is really tiny. Even in Paris, where we have small apartments, this one is one of the smallest. But it's not what we called a chambre de bonne, a maid bedroom, which is this type of apartment that is just under the roof. And it was for the maids, for the people working at rich people houses. But this one is not like that. When I was looking for an apartment in 2021, I made a big mistake. I was looking for a non-furnished apartment because I wanted to furnish it myself, to make videos on my French YouTube channel at that time. But it was a bad idea because when you take for your first place a non-furnished, you have to buy everything. And also, the apartment can be a bit old or not really clean. Paris is an old city, so you can find old apartments that are not really perfectly clean, especially if you take non-furnished, because some of the agencies or the landlords are making no effort, because everyone wants to have an apartment in Paris, so they know that someone will take it. That's the big problem. But I was lucky with this one. Even if it's a small apartment, the location is perfect, the comfort is there. If you watch my video about the apartment tour, you can see that I have an oven, even a really nice bathroom. And I really cherish all this little comfort that I have, even if it's a small apartment. But if I have one tip to give you if you are looking for an apartment in Paris, if it's your first apartment or if you're a student, if you're living alone, take already furnished apartment. Sometimes the decoration is not the best, but it will be usually cleaner, it's easier to live in because it's already made to welcome someone. But now let's talk about how I decorated this tiny studio. When you live in a small place, you have to make choices. You can't have everything. I was reading the comments of the last video about the apartment, and people were telling me about feng shui, that I should put like the bed on this part and the desk here. But I have no choice to put the bed here because I have so many different electrical outlets right here that I have to use them for the internet box. Even the microwave, if it's here, it's because I can't put it like in one of my big closets that I have here, because I will have to take it out the closet every day. So when you live in a tiny apartment, the choices are kind of easy to make. Like you're gonna put the bed where you don't have any outlets, you're gonna put your desk against the wall because it won't take too much place, and you have no choice. But you can still have a little bit of personality in your decoration. But when I moved in this apartment for the first time, I was really bad in decoration. I'm still really bad in decoration, but I put a little bit of colors, a little bit of green. But at that time, everything was gray. I was like, if I take gray, I made no mistake. Don't buy anything gray if it's a tiny apartment. It won't look like this beautiful black and white or grayish celebrity house where everything is white with not a lot of colors, everything is elegant and pure. No, it won't be like that. If you live in a tiny apartment, the first thing to do is to choose one color, one main color on your palette that you will put a little bit everywhere. For me, the choice was easy. I took sage green because I can find some posters with a little bit of green everywhere, and also these fake leaves all around the bookshelf, and the green and the wood color match perfectly. Even the bed is sage green. It looks a bit gray because of the light, but it's sage green. And I also put some sage green everywhere in the bathroom on the towels. You can choose one main color. You can go on Pinterest. You can go also on colors.co. It's a great website to find some palettes. For this apartment, I wanted to have like some sage green, light green with a little bit of wood, so it could match the floor that is a beautiful Parisian floor. Choose like one main color and two neutrals. I have the green and the neutrals are the wood and the white. Of course, you can see I'm not an expert in decoration. These posters, this is basic, this is not at all a beautiful decoration, but when you don't have much money, when you are a student, and when you just want to put a little bit of vibe in your apartment, posters are great. I had them on Postery. Important thing if you have a small apartment, you need to buy useful furniture. When I got this apartment for the first time, I started with different types of furniture. I bought like a small desk and also a small table on the floor to put my futon as a sofa. I wanted like this vibe of something welcoming where people can come and just chill, but it's too small to have all the friends coming and staying on the sofa. So I just put my futon as a bed and I keep it like that. Also, I changed the little desk, like it was really small, like just a little piece like that. I changed the little desk for a big one because when I started to live in this apartment, I discovered that I was spending a lot of time on my chair working and this part was not used. So I was like, okay, I should put a desk that take all the corner so I can use this part to put like the coffee machine, the microwave. When you are in a small apartment, you can't have the perfect, beautiful decoration. You have to put the microwave somewhere, you have to put your coffee machine next to a bookshelf, I don't know. It's not perfect, but that's okay. It's normal when you live in a small place that it won't be like the Kim Kardashian's house. And I was reading the comments also on my apartment tour and people were always giving me some advice and that's great, but I can't move the things. I can't put everything like in the closet so it will be like perfectly clean. If I put the bookshelf here, it was because this is the only place where I can put a bookshelf. When you live in a small apartment, you have to be efficient. So first you need to think about the comfort and the practical stuff. Choose a place for a desk and a bed, this is the most important. And then you can think about the little decoration, like this thing doesn't give anything else to the apartment except a vibe, you know? You can buy some LEDs, you can buy some fake leaves like that. Now I want to give you some furniture or objects that will change your life in a small apartment because it will make everything easier. The first is this video projector. I don't have a TV and I don't really have the place for a TV. I could put it like on the desk, but it will take another outlet, it won't be efficient, it will be too big when it's turned off. But if you have just this tiny video projector, you can watch a movie, project it on the wall, and even with a door, you can still watch a good movie. And just imagine watching a movie in the bed. I watch so many movies and series like that. It's one of the best purchases I made in this apartment and it really changed everything. So it can create this little moment of self-care and comfort, and you will feel really at home if you can allow yourself to have this little moment. Another good thing is in my pantry. The air fryer is a really good purchase. You can cook so many things with an air fryer. It was not the best purchase for me because I have already an oven right here. But it's still really efficient. And if you don't have an oven, an air fryer is like mandatory. One of the most important things in an apartment is to think about the storage. I have the chance to have a big closet, and here I bought many of these big boxes. I think it's from IKEA, and I put them in my kitchen, pantry, in my closet. Everything has a place in my apartment. If you live in a tiny apartment, you can't allow you to be like messy. When I was younger, I was living in a bedroom that was like the size of this apartment, even a little bit bigger. It was a big bedroom and it was a mess. I had so many different mangas and DVDs and stuff and posters everywhere from all my childhood. When I moved in this apartment, it was a relief for me. I could make a new start without living in the clutter. So an important thing to keep in mind if you live in a small studio, give every object a specific place. And when you stop using it, you put it in the place. Each object has a home. For example, on my desk, I will always put like my Navigo pass, my keys, my wallet here. So when I have to leave the place, I can just take all the objects and put it in my pocket, and that's it. I can't forget anything. With this idea of not living in a messy place, you will have to get rid of many stuff. You can't keep all the cardboards, the boxes of anything you're buying. You will have to put everything in the trash. Everything that you're not using, give it to someone or sell it on Vinted, I don't know. You have no choice when you live in a tiny apartment. You can't be messy. You have to let it clean. It's easy to clean because it's small, but you have to clean it really often and to get rid of the bad stuff. You will feel relieved after that. So to conclude this video, you don't have to be an expert in decoration to have a cute apartment. If it's small, it's easy to decorate. Choose like one main color in your palette and then use neutrals like black, white, the beige, the cream. Buy practical stuff, practical furnitures. And also don't try to decorate everything at once, like when you just moved in your apartment, because living in an apartment won't be the same as you imagined it. So start small. Just take a bed, an easy one, even a little desk at the beginning before buying a bigger one. Don't buy too many things because you will get rid of them soon because it won't match your lifestyle. You can only discover what you need by needing it. You will have to live your life in your apartment to see what you need and to adapt. The posters on this wall, I bought them like 6 months ago. The wall was empty for 2 years. And it's okay, it was still livable. Don't try to put everything in 1 week because it's too difficult to know what you need. So take your time, take it easy. And if you live in an apartment in Paris or in other cities, if it's a small apartment, tell me your tips and your experience in the comments. I'm sure it will help many people to understand how to live and adapt in a small and tiny studio. And tell us, where are you living? Is it a small or a big apartment? Tell us in the comments. And if you want to explore Paris and discover the French way of life, don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel. I post every single day, so see you tomorrow.